A New Mexico man who was a federal fugitive after failing to show up for his sentencing in February in Sioux Falls finally learned his fate today.
In our KELOLAND News investigation, Angela Kennecke has been following the bizarre case of the silver coin schemers for months and was at John Weiner's sentencing.
And she's also uncovered that these same players smuggled millions of dollars of Iraq's currency into Canada before being caught.
John Weiner will go to prison for 22 years for roles in a $12 million international fraud case with victims in South Dakota and across the country. You may remember that the case involved a mansion in Norway, millions of dollars in silver coins, and a sales pitch to victims appealing to Christian values. Weiner told the judge in court he was a sovereign citizen and that federal court had no jurisdiction over him. The judge called Weiner's manifestos gibberish and noted that he never showed any remorse for the millions he took from his victims, funneling it into the scheme and spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on it himself.
Thus says the Lord God, may the curse return to those that put it on me.
Criminal mastermind Nathan Peachy was sentenced to 25 years in prison in the case. KELOLAND Investigates has discovered that the silver coin scheme was not Peachy's first. According to this 2016 article in the Canadian National Post, Peachy was a central figure in the tale of a mysterious mound of Iraqi cash seized at the border and the oddball cast that's fighting for it. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police seized 24 boxes of Iraqi dinar worth more than $7 million at the Canadian-U.S. border. The driver of the vehicle was a former highway patrolman who told Canadian officials that he had joined a religious group called Jericho Outreach, run by Nathan Peachy. Investor money was used to buy the dinars. The article says the coin's owners were traced back to Nathan Peachy, who led a sovereign citizen group in the U.S., and the man who called himself the General, who was also charged in the silver coin investor scheme and presided over the Norwegian mansion. The General, or Laurent Rossier, died last year. The National Post reports that Peachy unsuccessfully tried to get the millions in Iraqi currency back and, in Canadian court filings, said that his Noah's Ark Foundation launched a one-time special project called the Dinar Exchange Project in August of 2012 among various friends, relatives, and their friends and relatives and associates. Peachy represented himself in Canadian court, much like he did here in federal court at his February sentencing. The Canadian government held on to the Iraqi dinars and at last report still has them. Meanwhile, Frederick Arias, a former law enforcement officer, remains on the FBI's most wanted list for his role in the silver coin case. The FBI believes he's in Canada. The general's wife, Lubova Berkut, was extradited from Norway to Sioux Falls to also face charges in the silver coin case.
Thank you, Angela.